Yay, and there's Kel. Everything's great. Everything's wonderful, guys. Don't worry. I'm just gonna put 1.2 in the title, so that people know it's the next one. Yeah. To quickly catch you guys up, anybody who's still here, my power went out for 2 seconds. Literally, it turned off my flippin' power and then turned it back on again. Seems as though the gods are against this D&D campaign, but we're doing it anyway. We're moving on. All right. My internet might be a bit slow, but you know what? All I need is a couple of megabytes a second in order to get this going, and that's what we're gonna do. So everybody who came and stayed over the internet crashing, sorry, I deeply apologize. Let's pick up where we left off. You guys ready? All right, cool. So you guys were looking at all of the, or anybody who was looking at the plaques of the statues. Just a reminder, Nobu, how much did you roll? And Kel, how much did you roll? 8 and 21. Okay, cool. Sahara, are you looking at all of the statues as well? All right, cool. Then you roll investigation as well, just to see if this comes up. Uh, 18. Okay, cool. The DC was 10 for this one. So, as you guys, Nobu, currently you're just looking at all of the historic figures and like hearing names and people that you haven't heard of, that you've never heard of before and aren't written in the history books. Almost as if once they served their purpose, they were done. But Yuda and Sahara can't hear the players at the moment. Fudge me. There we go. Should be fixed. Speak now. Yay, there we go. Okay, now everything's fine. But Sahara and Yuda, as you're going past all of the, as you're going by all of the statues, one thing is starting to be noticed. Once you get to a certain year, the currently, you guys should be in generation 24. Currently, this is the choosing of the next champion. The next champion is going to be the 24th champion. Mm-hmm. But the previous champion, generation 23, they don't have a statue. None of them have statues. As you guys looking at all of these statues, you hear, "Step forward." And the pedestal, all of a sudden, a blue light shines on the circular thing.
Mm-hmm. You'll walk forward and touch it.
Touch it.
As you guys, Aaron,
giant laser pointer from the sky.
As you guys walk to the pedestal, a light blue transparent figure appears. Nobu, history.
I got you. 12.
12? That's fine. It's not that high of a DC. Upon seeing her visage, you already know this. While this is not the main body, this is the visage of Azura, goddess of creation, maker of all lighteners, standing before you guys, or hovering above you guys. As you guys step forward, she continues to speak. "A child, tormented with horrors no child should see. Someone I have spoken to, for many eons since he was a kid, and a lizard with a sense of duty, but with a secret goal behind the scenes. Step forward, for I speak to you directly.
I step forward.
Ahari kind of like
I'll just assume that you guys are standing. I'll just assume that you guys are standing in the circular thingy.
Yeah, Sahara is he's gonna be hesitant for a bit. Like, I don't know if I should trust this or not, but when he sees like Yuta and Aaron go, he'll follow, but it's just like any slight movement he could like run.
As you guys stand before Azura, she proclaims, "Our current situation is not one I'm happy with. Currently, the forces of light are scattered. The elves are gone, the dragons who once helped us are gone, and we are in a weakened state. Discrimination is around every turn, and now there's no champion left. What do the three of you think of the Lightner's current situation?"
Well, I'd say that it's, a bit precarious.
And looking towards Aaron and you.
Okay. The world has always been in a precarious state. So long as I stand, the flame shall not falter.
As expected of a paladin of Hestia. Sahara,
He's gonna look down at the floor and just mull over like all the things he wants to say, but none of them seem good enough. Instead, he just looks up and just says, "I think we both lost our way."
Currently, the only people who are able to reside in this temple, or at least be led to it, are those who have been chosen. Those who would be able to lead the fire of light and cast out the darkness. That is you three. You three have been chosen to be the next Guild of Champions. You understand the responsibility that comes with this.
Yeah, and there's a lot of pressure that comes with this.
I don't agree with it, but there has to be a reason.
If the three of you were not chosen for this role, or at least the most successful option for this role in your societies, you would not be here today. Sahara, I have been with you since before a time that I'm sure you can remember. While you may not have liked that I was there, or may have chosen to believe I wasn't, or you were simply hearing things, I was always there. Because the light always knew that this would be your moment to give back to the people that you care very deeply for. However, as I was there since the beginning, I also understand your deepest and darkest desires. And I know that you are in a very difficult situation. And if I could give you a different outcome, I would. But I'm afraid that power is beyond me. Yuda, you have served your people valiantly. You have kept those you care for safe, and kept your community in a peaceful state. However, if peace is truly going to be able to reside over Yados, we need the lycanthropes to join in the fight. And we need your help in order to make sure that the darkness can't take anyone from us ever again. And Aaron, can you truly stand by and watch another family get torn apart?
Aaron responds to that, I guess. He kind of like puts his hand on his like over his heart and kind of bows down at like a 45. He's like, I cannot undo what is lost, but I can stand now and always for what remains.
Turning away from Aaron, looking towards Yuda, waiting for Yuda's response.
I am but a soldier, and my blade will always be for the righteous.
Nods and looks towards Sahara.
He's just, he doesn't know what to say. He is lost at this moment. Like, he does not know what to do. And he just looks at her and says, I don't know.
The Guild of Champions isn't just soldiers or people that are made specifically for fighting. Motioning towards the statues that you guys have walked past, many of these are commoners. Thieves, scoundrels, pirates, diplomats, soldiers. The title of champion isn't given to those who represent our strength. It's given to those who represent our community, our people. While the end result is the extinction of the darkness for peace for our people, you do not have to lift a sword. You do not have to fight. You simply just need to try and help the lightness of the realm. We can't do this without you. She lifts up and moves towards the ceiling, moving herself out the way of 3 statues. These 3 are known as the Beginning, the first. The first Guild of Champions stands before you, with their hands out. Should you accept their gifts, you will be known as champion. If you don't accept them, then we are out of options. There are 3 statues in front of you guys. One is holding a book in one hand and holding out their hand holding out their hand for a handshake. Another one is holding their sword in place like this and lifts out their hand. And another one is holding their arm like this and motioning their hand for a handshake. The gift that you get does depend on which hand you take. So if you guys decide to take the hand, you do get a gift, and which one you choose, it's a different one depending on who you shake hands with.
It's like one's got like the Ned Stark pose where he's like got
Yeah.
the sword like in the ground, and the other one's holding the sword.
He's holding the sword. The one's in the ground. The other one's just hand.
And at this point, the choice is yours.
Who wants
No,
what?
the one with the downward sword's kind of calling to me.
You want the one with the downward sword?
Yes, I'll walk it. I walk up to it, and like as I reach out to shake its hand, I kind of mutter, "I accept this light."
As you shake the first champion's hand, you feel a sudden rush of celestial energy. You felt this sort of power before when you took upon your oath, but this is different. This is a spark of something that will grow as time goes on. You have the Holy Knight. So once per long rest, you are able to summon a Holy Knight that you can tell to do stuff.
How is
Fitting.
that so fitting? How is that so fitting?
Like I
I've-
said, it was calling to me.
It was calling.
The Holy Knight is controlled by me, but it will do what you tell it to do. When its HP reaches 0, it will simply disappear. It doesn't die. You can call it again after a long rest. I suggest you
so
write this down somewhere.
Summon.
Yeah, it's like a
Yes,
summon.
I will. Add this
Got it.
You can do it once per long rest, and a lot of fun has been had with this ability. My friends, the previous campaign, they called this Holy Knight Star Platinum, and taught him how to do JoJo poses. You can have fun with this guy.
That is amazing.
It's beautiful.
Anyway, so the two other statues. The one holding the book and the one that's simply just holding its hand out while gripping the other hand.
The book. Sahara is gonna go for the book.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
I'm going for the hand, anyways.
You're like
As-
for nerds.
As Sahara hesitates to take the handshaking, grips the hand for a firm handshake, and you two feel this celestial power radiate through you. But instead of billowing inside of you, all of a sudden, a book appears, floating ahead of you. The pages flutter, but as you notice, nothing's written on the pages. But all of a sudden, you feel as though before you stands the knowledge of the world, the universe even. And it's all for you to take. You have the Book of Half-Truths. This one, once per long rest, you can ask one yes or no answer to the book, and it has to answer truthfully.
Okay. Nice.
This will evolve over time, so in the future, you will be able to either ask 2 questions per long rest, or you will be able to ask a question and it has to answer in a short paragraph, in a short sentence, like a single sentence.
Wow. Got it.
But for now, you have the Book of Half-Truths. Ask a question once per long rest, and it has to answer yes or no. Has to be a yes or no question, though.
Okay. Yes or no question. Gotcha.
And Kel, there's only one statue left.
Yeah, going for the one with the clasping hand.
As you take the grasping hand, celestial energy runs through your body, just like the other two. But as the celestial energy finds itself inside of you and plants itself within you, it's almost as if you can feel through every willing creature around you. You're able to see through their faces and down to their very soul and the colors that make up their personality.
Kel, you have the ability to basically be a human lie detector. Once per
Ooh.
long rest, you can ask somebody a question, and it will, and basically, it will be a yes or a no on if they're telling the truth or not. This will
Let's go.
probably be a bit of a detriment to you, because if you ask somebody a bunch of questions and then say, "Are you lying?" And they say no, but like if you give them like 3 questions, they answer truthfully for the first one, untruthfully for the second one, and then truthfully again, they're not lying to you, but they also did lie to you. So be careful with how you ask them this question.
Got it.
But yeah, once per long rest, you are able to ask someone a question, and you can tell if they are lying or if they are telling the truth. There is no maybe, though. Not yet. You'll be able to upgrade this later on, and do not worry, Nobu. Your Holy Knight also gets upgrades. And holy fudge.
Okay.
But yeah. As you...
I like the sound of that.
as you all take hands of the champion statues, Azura says, you will now be known as the Guild of Champions. You shall represent the forces of light, and you alone shall save it from calamity. Let it be known that you 3 are chosen. All of a sudden, you are no longer in the temple, and you are standing at the fountain in the center of the capital, staring out before a large crowd of people, with the crystal above the fountain behind you flashing a bright shade of orange and red. And as you guys appear before the crowd, with your hands still out in handshaking position, our new champions have been chosen! And roars of applauses radiate out among the crowd.
Ooh. Wait, holy shit.
It's like Sahara's gonna like freeze like a deer in the headlights type of moment. Just
Don't question celestial magic. Don't question celestial magic. Stuff just happens. Don't worry about it.
celestials, damn it.
Fudging celestials. Goddamn teleporting me to places that I don't want to be. The champions shall now be led inside the capital, where they shall meet Her Majesty. And then they shall be taken to their new estate, the Hero's Castle! Roars lead out in a massive, in higher volumes. People cheering, woo-hooing, whistling, and everything. Food is flung throughout the people. And the man that is using thaumaturgy to talk says, "Follow me!" Fudge. Follow me into the castle. Sorry, I almost rendered you deaf. Follow me into the castle. We might want to leave now because the crowd will get rowdy. Just follow me. Follow me.
I follow suit.
It's just robotic movement, but he follows.
I imagine Yuta follows suit.
Yeah, of course.
Hanging inside the capital, the doors, without need for people to open them, swing open by themselves. You make your way inside the capital, and they close behind, once again, unmoved by anybody. The inside of the capital, very well furnished. It is a very lovely castle, obviously, considering this is the main head point. In the middle of the capital floor, there are
there's a white concrete spiral leading all the way up. Meant to be stairs, but very much taking the form of tree trunks, or tree roots, if you will, that lead all the way up. And there are maids and butlers and nobles of all kinds that are just walking up the spiral. Very much unsafe, but you know what? This is fantasy, baby. The person immediately goes, alrighty then, that is enough of that. Hello, my name is Barnab. It is short for an incredibly long name that not even I can pronounce, so don't worry about it. If you would follow me, I would like to take you to our queen.
Sure.
I follow. We follow. Yeah.
Jerky head bob. Just jerky head bob. He's still deer in
is-
the headlights.
Is he okay?
He might need a nap.
Well, I assure you, the castle that you will all be fitted with has very lovely beds, and will be tended to by our best of staff.
Since we just started the campaign, I didn't have a chance to sit down and cook. Can we assume I have like a snack or two from my chef?
Oh no, you guys have you guys are considered adventurers, so you guys would have a bag stashed with the essentials, you know, food, water, and we're just going to assume that whenever you stop at a town, that you restock on those essential supplies. So food and water, we're not really going to worry about. If we're going to stop at, if you're going to mention you're stopping at a shop, you don't have to mention food or anything. That's just going to be assumed.
Okay.
You mostly just have to do that for like if you want new armor or weapons, or if you want health potions and stuff like that. But we're going to assume that we're going to assume that you guys aren't dumb.
follow up
I
to
sure
that
hope
question.
we aren't.
I'm gonna notice that Sahara's like looking a little bit like
A little sheepish.
nervous, and I'm just kind of like reach into my bag and pull out like a small granola bar and be like, "Here."
A small non-brand chocolate bar.
Well,
What is this
as you take the bar,
granola?
it doesn't look cheap. Like someone like it's clearly like homemade. Like he made this himself.
What is this granola? Is this a dragon? Alrighty. So yes, you gave Serrata a chocolate.
Or it says a homemade granola bar, right?
Indeed.
Okay.
With some
Yeah, he's
chocolate and
gonna-
other like fruits and stuff inside.
Just jerky head
Very yummy.
movement. See it, smell it. He's gonna just grab it and then he'll just nibble on it as he walks.
Barnab says, "Alrighty, and with that, I think it's about time that we make our way. Follow me." Turns around and very much with a very well kept together noble stature, walks off and walks up the spiral. Follow me. We are heading to the top. I'm assuming you are all following suit.
Yeah. His robotic movements have turned to a shuffle. Shuffling now.
As you, Sahara, as you are walking and following after, you hear in your ear, "I will always be here, watching."
Face is just gonna eyes are just gonna widen. Mouth just tightly closed. He's just like gonna pretend I didn't hear that right. I don't hear that right.
I'm not insane. I'm not insane. I'm not insane.
Right.
If you do eat the chocolate bar,
Mhm.
it's in fact so good that it gives you 2 temporary hit points.
Oh
Oh,
my
okay. You have
God,
2
yeah,
temporary. Let's go. 2 temporary. That's gonna be
Two
needed.
temporary hit points.
That's gonna be needed for later.
Let's go.
Alrighty. So as you guys are following after, as you guys go up the spiral then stops at a very large room that very much seems incredibly empty, but with like 2 statues with a long carpet leading towards a humongous set of doors that look like they were originally made for titans. The incredibly large doors. And next to those doors are 2 giants standing there, one with a club and the other one with a sword and shield. It very much looks like one of them got the longer stick than the other. When they were pulling straws, one of them won and the other one lost, and that is what it looks like. But Barnab walks up to the door and says, "Is Her Majesty ready to meet our new champions?" One of them looks towards Barnab, and then looks towards you guys, and it's just like, "These members, heroes? Queen is ready." And then, like, bangs on the door, and the door opens by itself. "No sudden movement, strangers." With Barnab now walking inside.
Aaron's like, thank you kindly, oh great gentleman.
Great gentlemen.
Greetings, gentlemen. Very,
That's the 12-foot-tall giant.
when you think giant, it's the stereotypical giant that you're thinking of. Very large, very much not wearing the normal clothing, very much loincloth sort of situation. So very muscular loincloth situation, and you're just calling gentlemen like strange
He's
little,
trying to be as diplomatic as possible.
strange small man.
Do you all make your way inside the throne room?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sahar is gonna like mumble a thank you in giant speak to them, and then just go like as fast as he can behind him.
As you continue walking on, you can hear them like mumbling in giant, which you understand. Did he just speak in our language? And then the doors close. Although I should ask before, Kel, does Yuta walk in to the throne room as well? Or what's Kel doing? I mean, what's Yuta doing? Sorry.
Yes, Yuta does, of course, follow in after them.
Heading into the throne room, it seems very empty to begin with because no one's sitting at the throne. There are 2 maids to the side. They're like furnishing up the carpet. They're cleaning up. It's all well and dandy. And Barnab, who walks up to the throne, stands to turn you guys and say, "May I welcome Lady Mana Fel, Queen of the Capital and leader of Lightner Kind." And you see this lady come out in a beautifully long light blue and white dress that very much leads to the ground and then continues to trail off like several feet behind her. Hair adorned very much in the Padme from Star Wars Episode 1 sort of look. And hands very much down at her side, walking towards the throne, and then sitting down very elegantly. "So you are the new champions of the realm."
Yeah, that'd be us.
Aaron's
Fancy
kind of like
statues.
got
Spoke
some
to
like
God.
ingrained like nobility lessons from his upbringing, like so he's just like everyone else is just kind of like, yo. And Aaron just goes like full on into like noble teachings, like puts on a whole
He's-
performance.
He's probably crying on the inside he's probably crying on the inside because his country bumpkins are not eating correctly.
I'm literally a marine.
Oh, he does not seem okay. Get Lucy on it. Get Lucy on it. A maid comes out. She goes up to Sahara and casts calm emotions on Sahara.
Oh, okay.
Um,
He's gonna just visibly relax.
I imagine he just turns to Jello.
Yeah, exactly. It's like he just there. He's just there.
Good. Now that that's sorted, I see that we are joined by a paladin of Hestia.
Oh, okay, wait, hold on. Aaron kind of like bows down, Your Majesty, it is my honor to stand in your presence.
I would
I
like.
am Sir Aaron Ledenfeld, Warden of the Hearth, and humble servant of the Lady of Flame.
Please, the pleasantries are unneeded. You are a champion now, a rank that is much higher than your original standards. Hold it well, and hold it with honor. But we would like to thank the Church of Hestia for helping with today's events. We honestly could not have done it without your help.
He kind of gets sheepish at that point, like, oh, it was nothing.
She giggles for a bit. And what is this? Two lycanthropes. To what do we owe the pleasure of having people of your race join us? Certainly it's not just for the choosing of the champion event.
You guys got some real good sweet rolls here.
I love this. Oh my god.
Well, we'll just have to get you some more of those, won't we?
I like this lady.
I
You
will be honest with you. I have been a part of this game, of the war between lightness and darkness for a while. I have seen many a lightners leave these halls and then never be seen again. I'm very much hoping you three will be different.
I hope we're different too.
Currently, the elven tribe in Wolfstein Forest still has us by our throats, refusing to take part in the war and basically throwing us out of said forest, as they seem to have lost interest in the fight and seem only caring towards their own kind. The front lines are not looking very well, and hope seems to be dwindling by the day. I truly hope you three will be able to change that. It will be up to you three to, however you decide, help the citizens, help our people, help our kingdoms, and hopefully lead us to getting rid of the Dark Lord and finally being safe, with no fighting, no conflict, and instead everlasting peace. Can I trust you with this?
Sahara's
You
gonna
can.
just nod. Be like, peace. Still not there. But
Still waiting for the other two's response. She wants to hear it from all three.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't loud enough. Yes, Aaron's like, I accept. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. And with that, I believe we should introduce you to your new home. Uh, she beckons out and says, "Bring forth the fascia." And two butlers are lifting a bowl fixed to a pedestal that has water in it, and they just bring it out to the center. And she stands up, goes towards the bowl, and with her hands out says, "Show us Castle Delure." And the water begins to spins round and round until a visage of a castle, a short mile away from the capital, a very well kept together castle. Obviously, considering that the previous Dock Law that let me correct myself. The previous champions used to live there not too long ago. So it's very well kept together. But as you guys look into the visage of the castle that, assumingly, this is going to be your home, the visage starts to zoom in and it starts to show the denizens of the castle, the staff, that the caretakers that used to take care of it, tied up, held in a room with gunpowder. And shortly after,
Very hospitable.
and shortly after, a goblin carrying gunpowder rested in that room. It seems as though the castle had been taken over. The queen... Oh, that's not good at all. I'm sorry to tell you, but it seems as though your new home has been invaded. And we do not seem to have the soldiers. I don't suppose that I can send you three in order to go and rid your new castle abode of these invaders.
Well, I suppose if we want to live there, kind of gotta.
I'm really terribly sorry for this. If there was any way I could help, I could. But even with the protection of the orb, if I leave any soldiers unaccounted for, we would be leaving the capital vulnerable. We are stretched thin.
Can you get us transport?
That is something I can do. She beckons over Bonib, whispers in his ear. He nods, and for the first time that you notice, he runs off. I have just let the stables know to give you a horse and a carriage that can carry any goods that you might require. On said carriage, you will find a bag containing one health potion for each of you.
Sahara is gonna like extend his neck to see like into the bowl and be like, "Is it just goblins?"
As you look into the bowl, it continues to pan a view of each and every room in the castle. It's not just goblins. There seems to be, from what you can look at, mind rolling me a perception.
Perception. Yeah, gotcha. That's an 8.
That's an 8.
That's an 8.
There seems to be a very buff orc also a part of it.
What? He's just gonna be like, not just goblin. Okay. Just kind of turn away, like he has to mentally prepare himself.
Well,
Aaron looks in to see like what are the condition of the hostages if we can actually see that.
they seem
How are they
Uh,
faring so far?
they're very much panicked. They're very scared at the moment. They are not made for fighting, but they seem to be okay, apart from the room filled to brim with gunpowder.
Okay.
Like they're
Arn
just
kinda just,
scared.
like,
They're not beaten.
narrows
They're
his
just scared.
eyes, clutches his scarf a bit, and like he's thinking to himself.
And with that, I would like to send you on your way. Please make sure that the castle does not fall, and that the denizens inside are safe. If the castle falls, that will deal a blow to us for what the castle represents. With that, the doors behind you guys open, and she goes back to sitting on the throne. I wish you safe travels. And there you go.
Do we know where we have to go for the horse and the carriage?
The horse and the carriage are basically waiting for you guys outside the castle.
Okay. So it's just like exiting the front
Like,
almost.
Yeah, you guys exit.
Okay.
You guys exit the capital, going down the steps and leaving watching the capital doors open and leaving, and you see a black stallion, like very strong horse, with a relatively good sized carriage. It's not like a noble royalty carriage, but it's definitely far from the ruckety carriages that people of not as much money could afford. It's very much a well kept together. With inside is a sack that, if anybody looks inside, 3 health potions.
So we're talking like high class Toyota here. Not like a BMW.
medium. Think like about that. Yeah, high class Toyota,
Yeah.
medium. Yeah, not
Okay.
as big.
Not a BMW, but like a better Toyota.
Indeed. Yeah.
Okay.
Again, what's a Toyota? Is that a dragon? Can you mark Toyota on this map? I can't seem to find it.
Either way, so here comes the question: who's going to drive the cart?
I have proficiency in vehicles.
I do not have proficiency in animal
I have a
handling.
+2 in handle animal, but I don't.
Well, I mean,
does it-
Cart is technically a vehicle.
Yeah, I have a
think
land
you-
vehicle.
I think you that drives.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
you're
have land and water.
Let's go.
Alrighty.
As you guys get onto the cart, and Yuta taking the front seat, and whoosh, off you go. As you guys
As you
Are we
got.
there yet?
Are you there yet?
What he's singing to himself as he's driving.
As you guys make your way through the kingdom, citizens who are still celebrating the events that just transpired, while in fewer numbers since the events seem to be winding down after the announcements have been made, they still cheer out to you guys, waving, some of them whistling, and they seem like they're very much like sending you guys on your way and wishing you a safe trip. As you leave the kingdom gates going behind you, you are all of a sudden, Yuta, you notice, as you are sitting, to your right, there is a blue glow on a parchment piece of paper.
I'm gonna pick that up and read that.
As you open up the parchment piece of paper, it seems like a blank map. Uh, when you flip over the map, it says "Ask and you shall receive."
Which way to the castle, nerd?
As if quills suddenly appeared in the air and was writing. All of a sudden, drawing lines appear on the paper, and it seems a perfect map leading you straight towards the it's basically a magical GPS with arrows to help you find your way.
Oh hell yeah!
That's pretty cool.
GPS
Oh,
man,
cool.
let's go.
Cool. There's even a dot that tells me where a previous carriage got destroyed.
Oh,
Very much so. You just hear flip. You just hear magically in your ear. It's like turn right in the next 2 feet.
just like marching all over again.
Yeah. So following the map, it takes a couple of like when the events transpired and when you guys were chosen as the next champions. It was very much like mid-afternoon. It's now like later afternoon. Like it's later in the day. Very much the sun is going down. There's still light, but it's like that nice orange sunrise or sunset time by the time that you reach the castle. After a while of Yuda, since you're driving the cart, mind making a perception check?
Okie dokie. That's gonna only be a 6.
A 6? All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
You can see the castle off in the distance.
Guys, castle.
Sahara's gonna like pop his head out from the side window and just be like, "What? Which castle?
That one.
That doesn't
You see
give
him
me
pull-
enough to go off."
The one that belongs to us.
Yeah, okay, that gives enough. That gives enough.
Heading towards the castle. You head towards the castle. You stop at the staircase towards the castle, which let me just describe. The castle is very much, like I said, very well kept together. It was literally just lived in by your previous champions. Actually, I'm gonna say BRB for a second because I need to go to the bathroom. Give me 2 seconds.
Got you. So, guys, about that magical GPS.
that's a pretty cool item. I like that item.
Right? I like that
Yeah.
item. Magical GPS. Like, could it possibly like show where like the nearest camp is? The nearest town too?
I think so. I could probably tell us whatever I want. Where are all the white
Didn't it
women
just
at?
say, ask and you shall receive?
I was gonna ask where are the waffles at, but okay. I'm dying. Oh my god. Just magical GPS. A castle in the distance. What could possibly go wrong?
Anything can go wrong with a castle in the distance. Especially a castle filled to the brim with goblins.
It's
Oh, on
fine.
that note,
It's
as
just
we
goblins.
exit the carriage, I go up to Yuda, pulling out my second and last chocolate bar, and I'm like, "Trust me, it'll help. Eat up."
Hmm.
Listen,
and
the goblins are tiny.
It's very good. It's so good, in fact, that you gain 2 temporary hit points.
Ooh, yummy.
Listen, the goblins are tiny. Sahura's tall. He can use them as a football or a soccer ball, you know? Or that time.
As the carriage stops and you give the chocolate to Yuda, as I was saying with the castle, it is very well kept together from its previous owners, but also you notice that the staircase leading up to the main entrance is lined with like a sort of polished pebble staircase. Very much a granite is like around the edges where lovely vegetation and plants are planted all around the rim. Uh, the As you go up the staircase, the doors are very well kept together with this sort of like very dark oak wood that lines the door, and a silver like rim going around the door itself, keeping it held, with the hinges also being silver. Uh, Everybody, give me perception checks, please.
Yay! Perception.
I'll say the DC is 12. So get a 12 or higher.
So normally Aaron is pretty good at being perceptive, but in this case he's so taken aback by the fantastic, beautiful architecture of this castle. I rolled a 6.
Don't worry. Sahara is so out of place and feels very, very poor that he rolled a 5.
Oh god.
Please, Yuda. Yuda, please.
What were we rolling? Perception or investigation again?
Perception.
Perception.
Okay, 17.
Oh, thank God.
Oh god.
Someone did better.
This is actually really good. Give me 2 seconds. I don't know what that is. If I could please not do that, that'd be great. Okay. There we go. Found it. All right. So, yeah, with Sahara and Yuda both being out of place and mesmerized by the amazingness of the castle, they do not notice much. Yuda, you can smell your innate smelling from being a lizard. You smell gunpowder behind the door. And at the top right window to the doors, you see, while it is difficult to see, you see somebody scuttling behind the window, using the window as cover. And with that, I'm going to say, roll initiative.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
It's D20 plus our proficiency, right?
It is a d20 plus your dexterity. Although
Dexterity,
typically I don't tend to use dexterity, but you know what? I'm feeling special today.
Cool. It's just straight 10. It's just straight 10. I have a +0 in dexterity.
Fair enough.
6.
Reconnection successful. Yay! And we're back up and going. Don't worry, there's just an hour left to the session. I'm sure everything will be fine. So,
Aye.
Aaron, you got a 5?
I think it was a
There we go.
6.
Okay, yeah, no, I got a 6.
Oh, you got 6. Okay, sorry. Alrighty. Kel, how much did you get?
I got a 13.
13. Very nice, very nice.
Doing great.
I cannot wait to hear what 6 this is.
Oh, mine? I said it was a straight 10.
Oh, okay.
I have +0 in dexterity, so it's just a straight 10.
Alrighty, and just give me a moment.
Hmm.
And Alrighty, and I'll move this up because I did not take into account their dexterity. There we go. Alrighty, cool. Yuta, with the highest initiative, you are first. So again, you can smell gunpowder behind the door, and there is a single target to the window to your right and up. And it seems as though your other two companions don't notice it.
It's a
Okay.
third floor.
And how
That's
far
an
away is
expensive
he
floor.
from me?
Not within striking range. So around, if we're going just straight up, around like 15 feet. It's a tall castle.
You said 15?
15.
Oh, well, yeah, that's not that far. So, yeah, is he up or is he just like across? Like, is he? You said he's. A
He's
little
not
bit up?
across.
Is it kinda
He's
ramp
like he's like up and across. He's up and across.
up? Okay. Do I see any way to climb closer to him, like a ladder or?
There are vines that are going over the castle, but not like the previous like temple you guys were at when you were getting chosen. More decorative.
So I'm gonna try to climb up and sneak up behind him.
Okay. I'll say instead of athletics, just roll sneak. Just roll stealth.
Okie dokie. That is.
I'll set the DC to. He doesn't think he's being seen, so I'll set the DC to a 10.
Aha, well, I got 13.
All right, cool.
You are able to Aaron and Sahara, you do not know. You just see Yuta like all of a sudden start stealthing and slithering up the wall. You don't see you. That's all you see. Yuta, you are in stealth.
Yeah. So is this a goblin?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, just wanna
Getting
make sure.
closer. Getting closer, you can clearly tell it's a goblin.
because like as you're climbing up, his voice starts to become more clear, and he says, "Get the front door ready. We got visitors."